Hey, welcome back everyone. How you doing? Hopefully everyone's having a nice Saturday wherever you are. And this is going to be 15 minute. I'm going to try to make it 15-minute video. It might go up to 18 minutes, but we'll see. As you can see looking at the title, it's my official review of PlayStation 4 Pro. I feel like now it's the time for me to give my official thoughts and opinions on this console. Yes, this PlayStation 4 Pro console. Yes, this console. As you all know, I already did the overview, I did the unboxing, so you pretty much know how this console looks. You know the design, it has the 3 layers, it has the power button right there. You click power on it, and here you have the ejected button. Here you have 2 USB ports and one in the back, which makes it 3 USB ports. Here are the vents, they're right here on each side. It has a nice logo over here next to my lamp. So if you want to go and check this design in more detail, I have a video on that where you can check it out. It has a ejecting tray right here. You slide in a disc and disc goes right in, goes right out. Here, I can show it to you. Here, look. When my disc comes out, there's Watch Dogs there too. And you pop it right in, goes right in. It's a good looking design console. Okay? As I said earlier, if you guys want to see in more depth and detail of PlayStation 4 interior and exterior and all of the above, what I mean by the interior and exterior, if you want to see a video where I show the vents, how the console looks from the back, from the sides, and all of that out above, you can go and check my PlayStation 4 Pro in 4K detail. The one that I did with my overhead LED light, so I was showing every detail of the console. You can check that video. But this one is going to be more about me talking about what this console has to offer. There will be some opinions. And yes, there will be factual information. It'll be a mixture of both. I will give my opinion, and then I will give the facts. Now, you have to remember, my opinions are just my own opinions, and they don't mean diddly shit. Okay? That would be like me saying, well, I don't know how I feel about LeBron James. I mean, yeah, sure. You know, he's a great basketball player, but I don't know. You know, sometimes he you know, this and that. Let's say I was giving my own opinion about him, about something he did in the past or whatnot. Okay, so it doesn't matter. That would be just my opinion about him. The facts are that he is an outstanding basketball player. You know, he won the championship with the Cavaliers, and he also did 2 championships in Miami Heat. The guy is outstanding. All right, so those are the facts. Now, my opinion about him doesn't matter really because they're just my opinions. So the reason I'm using this, it's because it doesn't really matter what I say when it comes to the opinion, okay? They're just my opinion. Maybe I shouldn't have used the LeBron analogy, but I'm just using that as an example. You know how some people have their opinions about athletes, like what about Bosch or Wade versus LeBron? How do you feel about them? You know, everyone will have their difference of opinion, or Kobe Bryant versus LeBron. You know, all of these things, all right? They're just opinions. All of these athletes, they're all successful. They're all great. That's a fact. My opinion doesn't mean diddly shit because at the end of the day, they are athletes, very well adjusted athletes, and they're very successful. Okay, so my opinion doesn't mean shit. So I want you to keep that in mind while I'm doing this review, that my opinions don't mean shit. Okay, so let's continue. Well, one thing that I like about PlayStation 4 Pro is that it boots up a little bit faster. When you turn on the console, like right now, and you click on my Mr. 4K Upscaler PlayStation Network Plus logo on there, it goes in really fast. Also depending on my internet connection, but it really boosts up really fast. Boot up fast. There it is. And here I can show you my controller. It really is fast. Everything's responding as smooth as it can be. I wish that I had my old PlayStation 4 so I can show you just how fast this is. But you do notice that speed. So first thing you will notice if you have your old PlayStation 4, connect both of them next to two monitors, and you will see that PlayStation 4 Pro runs a little bit faster because of the 4 teraflops and the 1 gigabyte GDDR5 RAM that is dedicated only for the user interface. So there's a 1 gigabyte of GDDR5 memory just dedicated for the user interface, for the application. So if there are applications running in the background, you're not going to lose any, you're not going to have any hiccup when you're playing the game. It's not going to affect the game because the background application will have enough memory to run it. So you're not going to have any lag. So that's the first thing you notice. Now let's talk about the games and performance. For that, I'm going to have to pull up some games to show you. The first game that you are going to notice major difference, it's NBA 2K17, which is right here. And I also have the disc, which I'm going to show you right now. Alright, there's the game right here, NBA 2K17, I have it. And if you're going to buy PlayStation 4 Pro and you got a 4K TV that has HDR, I highly recommend you pick this game up first, because with this game you're going to truly appreciate that native 4K resolution and HDR wide color gamut. This will blow you away, and the reason I say get this game first, because if you want to show off your TV, if you want to show off this console, this would be a good start right here. And you will impress the hell out of people when they see how beautiful this looks on native 4K and HDR. Okay? Now, second game I would go with would be Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider, the 20th anniversary edition, quite honestly, it's the greatest example of what PlayStation 4 Pro will be able to do in the future, giving you 3 different types of options. I think every PlayStation 4 Pro patched up game should be like this. It should be giving you 3 different options: 4K resolution, enriched graphics, and higher frame rate. I think if every game was giving this kind of an option, I think it would be great. You would satisfy people. You would give people choice, whether I want to play this on a highest frame rate when I'm playing a multiplayer, or do you want to play this on enriched graphic if I just want to enjoy the graphics, or if I just want to enjoy a high resolution on a 4K. So what Tomb Raider did here, kudos to Tomb Raider, man. What Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics, it's Crystal Dynamics, what they've done with this game, everyone should follow what Crystal Dynamics did here. It's a perfect example of how every and each PlayStation 4 Pro Enhanced logo game. What did I say, logo? Did I say logo? What the fuck is logo? Logo. You know, when you buy the new PlayStation 4 Pro games, they have that PlayStation 4 Pro Enhanced logo. And every game that has the PlayStation 4 Pro Enhanced logo should have those 3 options, I think. They should learn from Crystal Dynamics. And the third game you should definitely go with is The Last of Us remastered version. You might be able to get this game cheaper. I don't know. You might be able to get it for $40 used or something. This is another great example of playing the game in 4K and high dynamic range. You have 2 options in this game. You have the 60 frames per second and then 30 frames per second. And they both support HDR, whether it's 60 frames or 30 frames per second. And it looks great on HDR. I would say this is another great game that showcase HDR good. It's not super good, but it's good. You have to remember this is an old game. This is remastered PlayStation 3 game into PlayStation 4 game. And it does takes the advantage of 4K resolution and high dynamic range. Especially high dynamic range, it's something that truly gets the benefit in this game on certain levels, like the dark areas, sunset, sunrise, winter, when you go deeper into the game. So this is another option to go with The Last of Us. And of course, we do have Uncharted 4. I was a bit disappointed with Uncharted 4 for a couple of reasons. Uncharted 4 should have been something that Sony should have really worked hard on it. This is your exclusive AAA game, Sony. You should have made this game a native 4K with HDR. If you had made this native 4K HDR10 game, even though it supports HDR, but it's not native 4K, if you had made this game native 4K, this PlayStation 4 Pro console would be selling out like crazy. Because this is your AAA exclusive title, where you can tell, this is where Sony fanboys would jump on that bandwagon and say, aha, we have a AAA exclusive game that supports native 4K. And I'm surprised that Sony didn't do that for this game. This is your best fucking game. I'm sorry, I have to swear. I was like, Sony, what the F, man? This is your best game. This is your flagship. Uncharted 4 is PlayStation 4. This should have ran on native 4K. You should have squeezed every ounce of a freaking power from this console just for Uncharted 4. Native 4K. Pure native 4K with HDR. You should have done that. But instead, they went checkerboard. They went with 2560 by 1440, which is still good. It's still good. Upscale to 4K. And it has the HDR. HDR looks good. It looks good. Don't get me wrong. I have tried it. It looks good. But it would have looked hell of a lot fucking better. I'm sorry, I have to swear again. It would have looked hell of a lot better if you guys had used the native 4K with HDR. Which is beyond me why you didn't do that. Especially since this is your AAA exclusive game. Now, another game I would go with would be FIFA 17. With FIFA 17, you also get a native 4K resolution. It doesn't support HDR. You do get that native 4K resolution, which I'm a little bit surprised they haven't put HDR. Maybe in the future they might do that, because I think this FIFA 17 would have looked a little bit, not just much, hell of a lot more better if they had put HDR into a native 4K. They put it on NBA, but somehow EA Sports couldn't implement HDR into FIFA 17. It's just way beyond me. I don't know. They might do it. Hopefully they will do it. I'm surprised why they didn't do it, but they should have done it. And it looks great. There's a huge difference between playing this on a regular 1080p FIFA 17 and then switching back to a giant resolution of native 4K, and it looks great. And this is another great showcase of a game you want to go with, FIFA 17. My only complaint is HDR. Well, why didn't you guys implement HDR? That would have been much better. So I don't know if I'm going to go through all of these games. These are just some top 5 games I'm giving you guys to try out. Titanfall 2 looks great. I tried it. You do notice a little bit of enhanced graphics on it. Certain details a little bit better than the PlayStation 4 version, but there's not like a huge difference, man. Titanfall looks a little bit better, but it's not a huge difference. These are small nuances, like certain special effects in the game, like dynamic light and a little bit of textures, a smoother dynamic resolution. There's a small nuances in this game that makes it a little bit better, but it's not a huge margin. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't implemented native 4K. And this is what I want to talk about, man. This is why this video might be longer. And I can see why there's a confusion going on here. This is where I believe, this is my opinion now, this is where I believe Sony made a big mistake, in my opinion. And I know I'm going to take a lot of heat for this, but again, this is my opinion. Remember, I talked about reference LeBron and Wade and NBA and the opinions about the athletes. This is where I was going, okay? This is my opinion. I personally believe that Sony made a mistake